Welcome to the session of Returning to Peace, Radical Acceptance with 6 A's. This is Caroline Chang. I'm teaching mindful pause and mindful pace every Monday. And remember presence here, mindful Monday. So if after the retreat, after you go to sleep and you wake up, you want some mindful pause and mindful pace on January 1st, come and join me. And I know a lot of people are questioning about what is 6 A's. But before we dive into that, I'd like to invite you to raise your hand if this is your first 9 hour long online retreat. Oh, it seems like everybody have experience. Okay, I see a couple of people. This reminds me of, I remember a couple of days ago, I took my kids to Universal Studio Hollywood. And that's although I live in Southern California, Los Angeles, and this is the first time they ever go to Universal Studio. And they were going to the Mario world, the Nintendo Mario world. And we hit the 7 hour mark, starting from 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. My son is like, I am tired, but I'm so excited. And I don't know if this is how you feel. This is how my body feel at this moment. Like my body sitting here for 7 hours, although I have break in between. But I just feel so excited and so much joy of being here with you all in the same room. So to begin this section with, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes and just feel this wonderful space we create today with each of us contributing our time, energy, and our essence into the space. The space that welcome all our body with all the aches and pains, all parts of our bodily sensation, all of our emotions, all of our thoughts. And the space welcoming all our experience, or experience at this moment, or past experience, and all the experience we might encounter in the future. So welcome them all, knowing that we're all together on this path together, but having a unique experience. The unique experience that no another person in this universe will have the same exact experience as we are. And I love how Virginia Satir, the family systems pioneer, she said, each of us are a treasure in the universe. So I'd like to invite you, just keep that in mind as you are having this very unique personal experience throughout this journey with all of us together. But knowing that each moment, okay, as we go into the end of a year, it's so exciting to have a session right before the last section, right? The turning page. You see, it's like a turning page, 2023 to 2024. Or even when you're watching a recording, it can be a turning page of the day, of the week, of the month. But notice that each moment could be a turning page for our life. So I would like to invite you have that in mind and aware of that unique experience you might have and having two quality at the same time when we practice. Oh, I don't know where the bubble coming from. Magic. Getting ready for the celebration. So first quality is the curiosity. Our dear Shane talked about that. Curious of what's going to happen because it's an unknown journey, like Anu shared earlier. We don't know what's going to happen today or the next moment. So having curiosity bring us the mindset to have this understanding of what's possible out there. The second one is loving kindness, non-judgment. So having that loving kindness quality within us, it really brings all the experience into a place of self-care. So when we dive deep into all the awareness, the 6 A's I'm going to talk about, I would like to invite you to take extremely care of yourself. At any given moment, if it's feeling too much, you can always stop, pause, like all the things that we talked about earlier, to take care of ourselves with all the techniques. You can come back to your breath or walk around, stand up, drink water, in any way taking care of yourself. So the 6 A's, okay. I'm going to copy and paste that into chat room so you can have a visual part of it. The 6 A's are awareness, acknowledge, allow, accept, action, and appreciation. So it's always nice to, feel that interaction. So if you want, later on, I might invite you just to type in the words, or you can write it in your notebook or write it mentally in your head, or you can just repeat 3 times. That help to kind of embody this understanding of the 6 A's. So before that, I'm gonna talk about the story and have that story connect to the 6 A's, so it's easier for our brain to grasp. Couple nights ago, well, I don't know if you guys have experience of just feel curious at night. I remember when I was a kid, maybe about like a second grade or third grade. There's one night I stay up all night long and just feel so curious about how did the sky turn dark? Just a simple curiosity and awe and wondering of how did the sky turn dark? So I was there looking at the window and see the sky turns to like from the bright blue to dark blue to dark purple to pitch dark, and then it turned back up. And it's so interesting. It's interesting that I don't have any fear or anxiety or stress. So I don't know how many of you grow up, maybe in your 20s or 30s, or still have one night you can't fall asleep. Have you ever experienced that? Okay, some of you have. And sometimes before I start my mindfulness journey in 2008, I have many nights that I feel kind of anxious about not able to fall asleep. Lying there and then thinking, wow, there's things I need to do tomorrow. I need to really go to sleep and feel energized in the morning. But then with that in my mind, I usually found out the next day I'm actually more tired and exhausted and not feeling the peace and the ease in my heart. So then 2008, I went to retreat, my first retreat. And then in that retreat, the teacher, my beloved teacher, Goenka, and he was sharing, if you can't fall asleep at night, congratulations, more time to practice. I was like, what? How could that be? But then what he shared was that if you just lying there and being aware and mindful, and then slowly you just practice those awareness and mindfulness, it doesn't matter if you fall asleep or not. When you don't have the thoughts and the worries, all that emotion coming in, with the clarity and the mindfulness, you wake up, or you didn't sleep at all, you get up in the next morning and feel refreshed. And that amazed me. So I started to practice that, and slowly and slowly, with the practice of mindfulness, I found that I can actually seeing the details of each movement, and each of the steps actually helped me to fall asleep, at the same time help me in my daily life. So I'm gonna use this story and get also with the 6 A's a model, but you can actually apply to anything in your life. When talking to your kids, or you're talking to your coworker, or make a decision, or just about anything that have emotion, or anything that you need to take action. So let's start from the very beginning. I'll bring an example of one night I was lying in my bed, and then I feel this feeling of a dry throat. There's a dryness in my throat. So that's first one, awareness. Awareness, it's like Anu say, the truth of what's happening right now, right at this moment. So for Anu, it's pain. For I heard what Brad was sharing was pain at the moment. For me, it was itchiness. Okay, there's an itchiness. So when you are fully present in the moment, when you are aware, you notice there is the feeling, the body sensation, the thoughts, or surroundings without judgment. That's the truth of what's happening right here, right now. And that's the foundation of mindfulness, where we start to see things as they truly are. It's not putting anything on top of it. So if you want, you can type in the chat saying awareness, or you can write in your notebook saying awareness is see things as they truly are. So back to the moment when I was lying on the bed, and at that moment, what's happening right there at that moment is this itchiness in my throat. And then the next one is acknowledgement. So when you acknowledge, the step is recognizing our emotions and thoughts. So it's about admitting how we feel and what we think. So it's in your internal state. It's being understanding ourselves better. So at the moment when I lie there, the truth is my throat is itching. I acknowledge that this doesn't feel this feel uncomfortable, doesn't feel comfortable. Okay, that's acknowledgement. So why is it, a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between awareness and acknowledgement? Because if I'm doing the same thing, if I, like trying to massage my son, when I do this to him, he love it. He's a body person. He liked that sensation. So when I do that, but when I do that to my daughter, she's not the body type person. So she'd be like, eh. So the same feeling, itching, pain, massaging, or whatever, it could be totally different for two person. The fact is there is this such a feeling, but then how we perceive it is very different. So that's the acknowledgement. And then after that, it's to allow. It's letting our experience to be what they are, what they truly are. So it's not being passive, but it's about not resisting or fighting what we feel or what we experience. So in other words, allowance, give us a permission to be human. Okay. So just allow what's happening right here, right now. So back to the thing where I'm lying on my bed, there's an itchiness happening, and I am aware of it. I acknowledge it. It doesn't feel comfortable, and allow it. I don't resist. I don't fight. I just know, and that the experience to be as what it is. And then the fourth one, acceptance. Oh, this is a big one. But I'll say, without the foundation of the first three, it's really hard to accept, because we need to go through to be aware of the things, acknowledge the things, allowing the things, and then accept. And this is a courageous act to say, okay, this is where I am right now. This is where I am right now, and it's okay. It's not about resignation, but about recognition and embracing our reality. Because that's what's really happened. That's the reality of it. So accept, radical accept. Back to the story when I was lying on my bed, there was an itchiness in my throat, that awareness. I acknowledge that it doesn't feel comfortable, and I allow my experience to happen as it is, and I accept, yes, I'm having this itchy moment. I don't feel comfortable, and it's okay. The fifth one, action. This is where change begins. So based on all the four things before, awareness, acknowledgement, allowance, and acceptance, then we start to make decisions, make choices. A lot of people, what happened to us a lot of time is when things happen and we quickly jump to action. And when it happened, without awareness, acknowledgement, allowance, and acceptance, sometimes we made and kind of actions from fear base, something of because we're afraid of, or something we want to push away, or something that we're trying to find a quick solution. So having all those four things as a foundation help us to have this fifth thing, the action. Action is here to have this kind, purposeful, and informed choices that we can choose and base our action from loving kindness, from from well thoughts, or from love. So we can always decide to stay there or change it. For example, I'm lying there, back to my bed again, huh? The itchiness, the not so comfortable, allow it to happen as it is, and I'm okay. And here I have two choices. I can get up and fetch a water and drink it so I feel good. That's, changing it. Or I can lie there and just experience this experience that I have and not do anything about it. And nothing is right, nothing is wrong. Depends on the circumstance and depends on our choice. So that night, when I was lying there, I didn't move. My husband always hold my hand when we sleep. So, for almost 20 years, I think I find it romantic. But I in my mind, when I'm aware of that, I don't want to disturb. I'm just wanting lying there and aware of everything's happening to me at that moment. So that bring to the last A of the 6 A's, appreciation. Appreciation is about finding gratitude, even in small things. The small things that night was, hey, 99% of my body is actually pretty comfortable. That 1%, that itchiness is not comfortable. So at any given moment, and sometimes it is hard, and I admit, at any given moment, there must be something, no matter how small it is, it must be something we could be grateful about. It could be the air we're breathing in right here, right now. It could be, hey, we just built a magical place today with all of you here. It could be we have internet to get online and to join this space, this virtual space we create, and it's for people all over the world. So that night, I feel grateful for the love that my husband offering me, and also grateful for that 99% of my body is actually pretty healthy. So when we practice those steps, we really create a deeper understanding and kindness towards ourselves, not just ourselves, and to all people around us. Because when we are able to really get in touch with ourselves with 6 A's, then we have space for ourselves. The gap allow us to really centering ourselves in a space and have choices. And I always felt that mindfulness brought me the clarity and the loving kindness to me, myself, and everybody around me. So, question for you guys. For all those 6 steps, so I have it in the chat room. For all those 6 steps, which one do you think that you're an expert of? I'd like to invite you to type in the chat room. And remember, curiosity and no judgment. We're in our unique experience together right now. I see Tracy say action, and I can see that in you. Action. Action have 2 boats. Appreciation, accept. All are working in progress. Love that. appreciation, awareness. Yeah, so you can think of 2023 or your life till this point. It's always a journey, as Ibuma said. Beginners might always have that. Thank you. Acknowledge. It varies. I love that. Yeah, it depends on our situation, like, right? Every day could be very different. Appreciation. Yes. So my beloved teacher, Tara Brach, a well-known psychologist and meditation teacher, she read a topic of radical acceptance, as you probably all know. And one of my favorite quote is, the boundary to what we can accept is the boundary of our freedom. I'll repeat that again. The boundary of what we can accept is the boundary to our freedom. And that's what Pam said. I'm working towards expert. Not there yet. Strongest is action. Yes. So I would like to invite you to reflect in 2024 or the next day, if you're watching the replay, the next week or next month. What quality would you like to incorporate more into your life? Which one of the 6 A's? Let's see, acceptance. Acceptance. Well, acceptance, allowance, awareness, acknowledge, allow, action, acknowledge. Great. Action. So I would like to invite you to really experience this in the experiential level. This is what I love. So I know we're approaching to the 7.5 hour mark. So feel free to just stretch your body. As a yoga teacher, I like to remind people to stretch so you can feel your spine. You can lengthening your spine and feel that each of the vertebrae have its own space. And then you can, it depends on how your body feels today, and never push yourself. I always like to remind everybody, just do 70%. 70% of effort and 30% of centering yourself, of aware where you are, and be here and be at the moment. So you can turn your body to the right. Just take it slow and gentle. And inhale back to center. And exhale to the other side, the opposite side. And inhale back to center. And round your back. Exhale. And inhale. Expand your chest and open up. One more. Exhale, round your back. And inhale, expand. And come back to the center and find a comfortable position for your body to settle in. And you can have your eyes closed or have your eyes cast down. And let's start with 3 conscious breaths. Filling your lungs completely. And exhale slowly. Let go of any tensions. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment. Notice how the top of your head feel at this moment. Maybe there's a tension or there's pressure. Just aware. Your forehead, your neck and shoulder, your back, your arms, chest, and ab. Notice how your hip feels at this moment. Your thighs, your shin, and your feet. Observe your body without any judgment. Simply, it's aware your experience at this moment. I would like to invite you to bring your awareness to your breath. Notice the rhythm of your breath. Get aware the air flowing in and flow out of your nostrils. It could be the cold or hot air coming in and coming out. Could be that you're aware your breath is fast or slow, deep or shallow. Simply be aware. Now the acknowledgement. And you continue to breathe. Acknowledge if there is any feelings. Recognize their presence. You can quietly say to yourself, I see you and I acknowledge you. Every part of your experience is valid. I see you and I acknowledge you. And then comes allowance. Allow your emotions or your thoughts exist without trying to change them. They come and they may stay or they may go like clouds in the sky. Allow those with kindness and allowing them to be just as what they are. And anytime if you feel it's too much, too overwhelmed, you're always welcome to go back to the breathe, through the breathing. And then next come to acceptance. Accept what you experience at this very moment, just as it is. And you can say it silently to yourself. I accept this moment as it is. Accept your state of being, no matter how it feels like, how it looks like. You can say a sign to yourself, I accept myself just as I am. And when you say the sentence yourself, you can feel how your body feel at that moment. Make a pause here. It might feel a sense of peacefulness, or it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. Whatever it is, accept your experience as it is. And when shift to action, think of a small step you can take towards peace, towards this radical acceptance. If it's too hard and it feels uncomfortable for you, you can always rephrase it as having the intention to have self-compassion for yourself. And visualize yourself taking this step as an action. And the action is coming from the heart, coming from a space of love, of kindness, of wellness. And then finally, we focus on appreciation. Reflect on things that you're grateful for this moment. It could be your breath, your ability to engage in this practice, and just follow your heart with gratitude and feel that appreciation from your heart. And if you're willing today and feel the capacity, you can radiate outwards. Stay here and feel how your body feels at this moment. It could be a sense of relief, could be some form of letting go. It could be fear, it could be excitement, it could be anything. Aware, acknowledge, allow, accept, take action, and appreciate. Let's come back to your breathing. Once again, focus on your breath. Noticing the body sensation. Coming back to just aware, just be aware at this very moment. I would like to invite you to adjust your position to a comfortable place. I would like to do loving kindness before I end this session. Let's start with 3 conscious breaths. Again, centering ourselves. May I experience the benefit of all 6 A's. May I have the wisdom before all my actions. May I experience the real freedom and the real happiness. I'd like to invite you to feel this gratitude or this loving kindness or this wisdom we gather here today. Expand that light from within past your physical body, past your household, past the city you're in, and expand to the state, to beyond your continent, to all the way around the universe. May all beings experience the true awareness within them. May all beings cultivate the wisdom within them. And may all beings experience the true freedom and the true happiness the 6 A's and the practice could bring to the world. I'm going to ring 3 times, and I would like to invite you to still connect to that deep awareness and the deep wisdom within you, or the deep compassion within you. So, this is to embrace our experience with curiosity and with loving and kindness. And like Tara Brach said, this practice it will bring our experience to true freedom. So I invite you to embrace your life fully with all the imperfections and challenges to reach peace, liberation, happiness, and joy. Thank you so much.